Hello everyone and welcome to another premier draft of Brothers War Not Dominator United, and this draft features alchemy. So every pack has a one alchemy card, which can be a rare, so double rare packs are possibly. In fact, because this pack has also have always one retro artifact, you can have even a triple rare pack. This time the first pick is quite easy. I think I'm gonna take the amalgam. Um, 2 mana 2/3 or a 5 mana 5/5, and you can also kind of play this in every deck, but then again, if you can't have access to the activation, which is double green, it's just a 5 mana 5/5, so probably you won't be playing this in any other decks than ones that can also have access to green mana, but it's a really crazy threat to get a 15/15 creature, or if you have a smaller version, you can still upgrade it into a 6/6. Mistra's research desk is cool. This is a decent card, but I'm not sure how to evaluate it, but it's not gonna be as good as the amalgam here. Alright, no green basically at all. The reconstruction is a little weird because top 7 usually includes a few lands, so your deck has to be like mostly artifacts and creatures with mana value 3 or less for this thing to actually get you even reliably 2 cards, and you want to really actually get more than 2 usually with x equals 3, but I don't just think this is a very pickable card or playable card. This is a fairly weak pack, in fact. There's like a mostly filler. I guess the Paratrooper is the best in some decks. It's really a card you're very happy to play. The Stern Lesson is good too. I have one green card basically here, so I'm not sure if I can use that as a... I mean, I don't mind playing green blue or green white, so I guess I'll take the 2 mana creature here, but the pack was quite weak. I still don't think the rare is that good. I'd rather have this 2 mana 1/2 flyer than the kind of uncertainty the rare brings to you. Okay, so we haven't assembled a team, but this is mostly limited like top 7, top 8 cards. Of course, later in the game, even not that much, so it's mostly like a sorcery impulse. Well, slightly better maybe, but still not amazing. This is a fairly weak pack too. I guess I could take shoot down. Now this is a best of 1 format, of course, Premier Draft. So I mean, you don't have a sideboard possibility, so shoot down if you have the main deck if you want to play it. I just don't think the card is that great. I tried to take the cavalry. I took the paratrooper. They combine well because these like soldiers. So I'll take it, but I'm very sad to take a pack 1, pick 3, 5 mana, creature that's not even that. I mean, it's good in certain decks, but it's still a 5 mana 3/4. So sometimes the opponent might be able to push over you, and then you have a 2 small creature as a 5-drop. Now this pack though is pretty decent. I mean, the rare is nice for sure, but it is red-white. I think I'm going to take the combat treasure. That will leave me the possibility to still be green-white, although maybe green isn't that open. There is a bold branch column here. Elite wouldn't be bad pick either to follow up with these white cards, but it seems like I will be white. White is maybe a bit open as well. This is a good 3-drop, this is a good 7-drop, so let's take it and move on. Okay, well, the best card in the pack is definitely the Evangel of Synthesis, which I'm not taking because it doesn't really combine with any of my earlier picks. I don't think I can just randomly move to blue-black here. The picks that are worth considering here is Chaplain to continue with the white line. There's a Wing Commando for maybe like blue-white soldiers. I could move to that direction. I could take the Gaia's Gift because I still could be green, or I can just take the Evolving Wilds, which will be good in every other scenario other than playing like a monocolored deck. That's not a soldier, this is a soldier. I'm not necessarily that fan of taking a blue card here. The Chaplain is good, but I think just the Evolving Wilds is a good pick because I really want to have consistent mana with my decks. And I think even if I'm base mono white, I can easily splash something, and the Evolving Wilds helps there regardless. Now this is quite a pack actually. I mean, this is pick 6, and there's a very good white uncommon here. There's a prison sentence, totally reasonable card. And then there's a sky fisher spider, so no one is green-black, because if someone was green-black, they would just take this. And there's a boulder branch golem and a playable 2-drop and another chaos gift. So a lot of good options here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna take like the removal or the recruitment officer. I think I'm going to take the white card here. I can't really pick the green-black. I suppose I'll take the sentence. I have no removal, so it's good to have at least something. But you could have taken the one mana 2/1. It's of course a soldier for the cavalry, and just a very decent card. All right, so this pack, well, I suppose I'm not taking the excavation. It's a pretty clunky, but you could play this in some decks that have like a lot of ETB effects or something like that. But it's very slow because it's 3 mana to bounce your stuff, and you can only use this on your own turn, so you can't really block and return your creature to save it from dying. Alright, I'll take the Prowler because the supply drop is something you could take here, but I do want to actually play the Amalgam if I can, so let's try to see if green white will be open. Alright, well, I can take the Stalwart, or I can take the Audacity, which is not bad in these kind of decks. Yeah, the Stalwart is decent mana accelerating, but maybe I'll take the Audacity. I haven't usually played this a lot, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Now, it's still a card I can easily be cutting from the deck, but let's pick it for now. Alright, Golem. And, well, nothing for me, I guess. Fog of War. Well, there's even no sideboard here, so I'm not gonna take it. Because I'll never main deck this kind of a card, and I have actually never sideboarded it in either. But I guess there could be a deck or matchup where you want to sideboard it in. I'll take maybe the best card in here, not really an amazing pack, of course. Alright, so Tonos' Tinkering is a trick that is a bit too expensive. I don't think I'm gonna play that. I'll just take the Assemble the Theme, maybe, well, I don't think I'm gonna pick green-black, but hey, it's an uncommon at least, and from Alchemy, I'm not even sure if I haven't played it of these, and of course I do have a lot of uncommon wild cards. Yep, but hey, it's still more vault value than picking a common that you are not gonna play anyway. Alright, actually an interesting option here, because I wouldn't mind Giant Growth in green-white, but then again, the Boulder Branch Golem, if I get a few cards that create Power Stones, this can be a nice 7-drop, and it's an acceptable 4-drop. Yeah, I'll take this, but Giant Growth would be good in these kind of decks. But I think I can get Giant Growths later in the draft. I wouldn't really play like 3 Giant Growths, I don't think. None of this is interesting. Okay, I even got the Prowler number 2 here. So green was open. There wasn't anything like super strong green. I mean, of course, apart from my first pick. But still, I got these very playable green cards late in the pack, so moving to green seems to be, maybe I never maybe moved into green because my first pick was already green, but staying open to the possibility of drafting green was definitely a good idea here now. Okay, the last pack is Retrieval Agent. Alright, so it's an interesting pack. There's a very good blue 2-drop. Well, okay. There's not that much going on other than that. There's an Emergency Weld, which is good in most, if not all black decks. But I'm actually taking the Wormlet here. You really need to only have like 1 artifact to enter the battlefield, and this is a 2/2 for 1 mana, and that's already acceptable. And I actually have here, 5 artifacts out of my, 4 artifacts. Yeah, because this is not an artifact. None of these make an artifact token or anything, but still, that's a decent amount of artifacts at this point, and now I can maybe slightly prefer picking artifacts. So let's take the Wormlet, and of course this works with any, so even tokens. So if I get those ETB Power Stones, definitely a good thing to combine with the Wormlet there. Alright, so Warblow is a black card. I don't think this card is very good if you don't have the option to play it on turn 2, which requires black mana. There's a decent blue rare. This thing says exile target creature gains. Yeah, this is the alchemic uncommon. So I suppose you don't have to. I mean, you can even let the card grow. You of course will exile your own creature unless you can like Alpha Strike for the win and exile an opponent's creature. So you can save your own creature from removal. You get to retrigger some ETB effects. You can maybe let it grow in exile, because you don't have to put it on the battlefield. It perpetually gets +1/+1. I'm gonna take that. This is a weak pack for me. I mean, there's another good 2-drop for blue, but so let me see. So at the beginning of your upkeep, if the creature is in exile, it gets the perpetual buff, and then you may put it on the battlefield. So yeah, you can, if you want to, you can exile something like a small creature, and then if there is like a board style situation going on, you can wait a few turns, and it will be a big monster when you bring it back. All right, I will try that thing. Here another golem, but I do have 2 of them already. There's a Power Stone Engineer and a Paratrooper, but given all my artifacts in here, and also the beneficial trigger for artifacts, I'm gonna take the Engineer over the Paratrooper here. Other cards worthy of consideration might be the Reconstructed Thopter here, but I'm happy with the Power Stone Engineer. That's 4 2-drops now. So there's a Bushwhack. Yeah, I guess I'll take that over the Chaplain. Bushwhack is such a nice one. There's also the Elite, which wouldn't be the worst, but such a nice card to run. You can quite often just replace your 17th land with this thing, so you can play 16 lands plus a Bushwhack. So then it functions as a land with an alternative mode as well. By the way, this is an insane card. But of course, I'm not blue. I'm not gonna move into blue just because of this card, but this is a crazy good card. The baseline is a 3-mana 1/4 that creates a Power Stone token, and then you can just make this a massive monster that wins the game by itself. Alright, but I'll take the Bushwhack here. Alright, that's the wrong green 3-drop. I'd prefer to have the one that creates a Power Stone token. There's a very good removal, which I mean, it's the wrong colors for me. How many soldiers do I have here? Only 2. I kind of feel like maybe I just want to have some soldiers. I don't even have any 3-drops. So I'm gonna take the patrol. But you could take the paratrooper, maybe the courser, frontliner, treasure. Maybe I'll just take the on-curve play here. Right, and here we have another evangelist going pretty late here, but well, I'm very far from drafting black and blue. So, Fade from History. Well, it's a sideboard card, but it is a format with no sideboarding, so not sure if I'm gonna play that. I would like the Power Blade in decks that have a lot of soldiers, but I don't just have enough of them. There's no way I'm gonna play that. This is a 3 cabinet. I think I'll take the 20 gems because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna play the trick here, the 1-mana trick. Why is the research desk here? This is like a first pickable card when you are playing red. Well, it is here still. Another chance to pick a discipline here. Now these columns can act as 4-drops, so okay, actually I have no 4-drops here, so I can't really create a 4-drop slot here now, but I don't think I necessarily want to have a third of these prowlers. The Recluse is playable. There's no, I mean, I could maybe play this even without red, but maybe it's a little bit weak when you don't have the option to unearth it. Alright. This is, by the way, also a 2-drop in a pinch, so you can count this as your 2-drop slot. Alright, so there's a Cass's Amulet, and there is a Perimeter Patrol, neither of which are really amazing, but they are playable, and I do care about artifacts maybe enough to perhaps play this card. I don't have any Power Stone production apart from the one Engineer, which is, not so reliable because it has to die first. Well, I still don't think the Perimeter Patrol is that good. I'll take the 5-mana thing there and here. I suppose I'll just take an Alchemy Uncommon. And I'm given the Prowler anyway. Let's take that Prowler. It's the only playable card in there. Okay, no one cares about the Boulder Branch columns, so I can play 3 of them. Oh, and I actually got the Chaplain, which I'm definitely taking over 20 gems here. I need 3-drops, but this is very late Chaplain. I took something else over it, but I was contemplating picking that, I think. Okay, I can take the supply drop. It's playable trick, and I have some reasons to. I mean, well, the one reason to actually, well, 2, because the patrol also cares about artifacts entering and the wormlet, so that's a little bit of synergy with the supply drop. Okay, none of that is gonna matter. And the last pack should be coming here very soon. What is the card? Scatter Ray. Sundering Titan. I have 3 of them, so am I gonna take a retro artifact? Mediocre. By the way, they fixed the 5th copy issue with the retro artifacts in the latest patch, and nowadays, if you open a retro artifact, rare or mythic rare, you're guaranteed to get something. I mean, you don't get the 5th copy unless you have completed the entire set. Now, this is not really a card I'm looking to play. It's more like, should I take it for my collection? Because there's actually, you know, how many Evolving Wilds? I have 1 of them already. Patrol. I think I'll take the mythic rare here because I just don't think anything is that important in that pack, and I'm also very close to finishing, having enough playables to wrap things up. This pack, though, well, I mean, how many creatures I have for the Corsair? It is 16, so I guess I don't have a, okay, I have, no, I do have self-mill, quite a bunch of actually. Yeah, there's a Chaplain and Triple Prowler, which, I might not play all 3 of them, but that's a bunch of self-mill, so that makes the Gaia's Corsair a little bit better. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, there's no question about what to pick in here. This is just an insane card. Over the prison sentence, but I suppose I took 1, and there's no question. You will always take this if you're green. There's not gonna, well, I don't know, if there was like a Wormcoil engine or some crazy alchemy rare in this specific format. Well, that's not the case at least now, so this is the pick, and there's no question about it. And here. I'm not sure about the cavalry because I have only 4 soldiers and 1 of them is the cavalry, so I might actually cut this. I have other 5 mana options here. But the recruitment officer is still the card I'm gonna take here. But they're definitely not taking another cavalry. But yeah, this is gonna be a good drop, good 1-drop here, so let's take it. I have 1 Evolving Wild, so currently I'm at 24 non-lands, but with the Bushwhack, I can play easily 16 lands and Bushwhack, so basically the deck is currently looking like this. I think that rather than Disenchant, I'm taking the Sprite here now. I'm quite low on removal, but I mean, this is quite selective removal, so I'm gonna take the good 2-drop. Maybe I will cut 1 of the Prowlers or something. Anything here? Well, pretty much nothing for my colors. Let's take the uncommon, which is, playable, but I don't know if I need it in my deck. Alright, well, there's an Elite, Amulet, Smut, Sprite. I think I would take the Sprite over the Mutt, but do I want to have the Elite or just the Amulet? If I cut this Cavalry here, which I think I maybe want to do, these are 4-drops, this is a 3-drop. I have to take something. Okay, let's take the Sprite. I think it is the optimal pick there, but you could have taken the 4/4. Wow, all the Sprites and a 3rd very late synth, Evangel of Synthesis is being passed. This is the final card, final pack in the draft I haven't seen yet. Pack 3, pick 8. So, wow, I could just, if I for some reason could have gone to green, blue, black, I would have gotten 2 of those guys. Well, guess I'll still take the 2-drop here over another copy of an Audacity. And here I'm not gonna play the military discipline. I don't have room for that, so let's just take a random uncommon here, and then Rust Goliath. Is it the card? I mean, it's a 3/5. I don't have power stones to actually make this into a 10/10. I don't think I need the Stalwart. Yeah, I don't think that this is the kind of 5-drop I'm going to run in this deck, so I'll just take a random uncommon here. And the same applies to everything here too, but what the heck, there's a Junkyard Genius at pick 11. No one is black-red either, I suppose. Let's take it away. Well, I'm still not going to play this thing, so uncommon, please. Okay, more uncommons. Okay, so pack 3 didn't really give me much, but I suppose I didn't need much. But it was Titania's Command in pack 3. I'm not actually even sure, but well, if it was, then the pack 3 gave me a lot of good stuff in form of that 1 card. Okay then, yeah, I cut the cavalry already with only 4 other soldiers. it's a bit unreliable. And when it's just a 5 mana 3/4 flyer, I don't like it. I do think you want to have it, the +1/+1 counter on someone to make the card worth running, in most decks at least. So how about the Courser now? Because I do see that I'm going to cut at least some of these Prowlers, so at least one here. I guess I cut only one more card because I will play 16 lands plus the Bushwhack. So I guess I have 3 self-mill cards now, and the total number of creatures is actually very high in this deck. So almost half the deck is creatures. So yeah, the Courser can easily, start drawing cards. So I'm gonna play it. I am gonna play it, and then so I think I will just try the Thonos Endures. I don't think it's a great card, but something that should be noted is that when you exile a prototype creature, I mean, you paid for example, I play a Boulder Branch Golem at 4 mana, then I exile it and then put it on the battlefield. It's gonna be the big version, so that's actually quite good in this deck, which has 3 of these golems, and then there's a combat treasure and also the root war amalgam here. So that's actually many cards that this combines well with. So I'm gonna play the Zonos Endures here. You could maybe cut an Audacity, but I wanna try it now. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, basically 8 cards I can play, 8 creatures I can play on turn 2, plus the 1-drops, which I have 2 of here. So I should cut a 2-drop, and I think the worst card among these bunch is the Prowler, so that leaves me with only 2 self-mill cards, but I still have 18 creatures here, so I should be able to utilize the Courser's ability, and it's not the end of the world to play a 5 mana 4/5. And I don't have that, top heavy mana curve here. Now these are of course 7-drops, but they can also be cast earlier in the game, so I believe this is a good mana curve here now. And yeah, this average, you shouldn't really pay attention to this average cost when you have prototype creatures, because it now counts, 4 of my cards as a 7-drops, but they can also be cast a lot earlier. So this is the deck. I believe it's gonna be an even split of basic lands, because even though I have more green cards in here, I still want to be able to play these 2-drops and 3-drops and 1-drops that are white, early in the game if I have drawn them. And I do have 1 Evolving Wilds, which means that so it's not gonna be an even split, not on 8 mana base, but rather. By the way, one thing more is that the Chromatic Star is a bit beneficial because of the Wormlet and the Perimeter Patrol, but I'm not sure if it's really worth running here. I mean, I'm definitely not running it instead of my 16th land, so I would have to cut an actual card, which could be something like an Audacity. But I do like the Audacity with these Boulder Branch Golems, and yeah, I have a bunch of creatures that can have large power, and then the trample is gonna matter quite a bit, because this format is one that several colors have access to jump blockers, so your 6 power creatures can be just jump blocked many turns in a row, so the trample can be quite nice. So that means I'm not going to play the star. Maybe if I had more payoffs for artifacts, but I don't. This is now 7 artifact deck, which should be enough for the Wormlet to get like a couple of counters. And I'm happy with that. And Perimeter Patrol is just 3 mana 3/3, it's acceptable as it is without getting the pump that often. Alright, so this is it. So that's gonna be 8 forests, 7 plains with the Evolving Wilds. That should work fairly well. Okay, I have 2 playable 2-drops, so I'm gonna keep this forest hand. And opponent mulligans to 6. They kept 6. Alright. Ideally I will draw a plains at some point, and that already happened. Let's play the Engineer, because if this trades with their 2-drop, I'd rather get the Power Stone token. But Well, the Moth can't block the Sprite, so I don't mind if they block. I don't mind if they don't block. I can play a Sprite, which will be going through that thing easily. They actually give me the Power Stone token right away, which could be relevant if I don't draw a land on the next turn. I can still play the Golem at 4 mana. I wonder if I draw a land, should I just play the Recluse for mana efficiency? And of course, if I like have draw back-to-back lands a couple of times, I can maybe consider playing this as a 7-drop, but we will see. At least the opponent seems to use 2 of their mana for the Bitter Reunion. Do they have also something to add to the battlefield? They have a Dreams of Steel and Oil. They can exile one of these creatures. Whatever. Okay, Bushwhack. Kinda interesting because I don't necessarily need it as a land. Yeah, I'm not gonna use it at least yet. If I draw something expensive, maybe then, but for now, let's do it like this. If I draw a regular land, I can just play the Recluse anyway. Okay, they can make some Power Stones with this thing. Oh, actually, with the double Sprite, maybe I should just get the land after all, because, you know, getting the 7 mana is pretty important with these things. Okay, that's gonna be a 0-4. They have only 2 mountains, so only after when they have 4 or more, it will actually have increased power, plus it only applies for their turn anyway. Okay, I'm gonna just play the Recluse now. It's a Death Touch guy, so it can attack through that Stomper guy. They have a Mutt in the graveyard, 4 cards. I don't know about Power Stone generating from this thing, but I'm not sure. Well, they are black-red, so they can have, you know, sacrifice outlets, so it could be a problem if the game goes long, that they have these, you know, Power Stones coming up endlessly. Right, Bushwhack. I can also, you know, by the way, just kill the Cliff Stomper with the Bushwhack, because of the Death Touch with of the Recluse. And yeah, the Inspector cannot block my Sprite, so I'm gonna actually, they have 2 mana open. I don't think they can easily punish this, so let's do this. Mostly because this can actually block one of my Sprites every turn, so this way that's not gonna happen, and I don't mind trading my Recluse here. So I'm gonna attack with all of these guys. I can actually put the Mutt they have in the graveyard at the bottom of their deck, so they don't get the unearth action there. That's good. And I'm definitely supposed to play the lands because I have these 7 mana activations. I'm actually currently now at 6 mana, so if I don't play the land and I draw a land on the next turn, then I can't, you know, threat the activation of these things here. But overall, this is looks very good because I have the Paratrooper, which is, you know, threatening to make these at least into 3/3s, and it's a flyer. They can wield that thing back, but it's not really. I mean, they get the 1/1 and an 0/4. Is that the best option they had? Maybe well, I guess those artifacts can't block the Sprite. So yeah, that's right. Maybe they need to block these things. So that was maybe the best option they had, but it's not good. If I draw a land, I can just. Well, I didn't draw. I mean, I was gonna say that I can just, you know, actually kill the Cliff Stomper if it blocks, because I can make one of my guys into a 4/4, but this is still fine. There's no point waiting until 7 mana for the Golem, because I have a lot of use for mana anyway, so let's just add to the board. This actually threatens to be a 4/4 attacker thanks to the Paratrooper here, so the opponent needs to play something that, you know, can actually trade with my guys, or just actual removal spells work too, but they haven't really played much. Okay, there's the Phalange Antiquary, which, you know, 4 mana 3/3, and now they have they have multiple Cliff Stompers, but they don't have the 4th mountain yet. And there's the 7th mana. So yeah, this gave, you know, unearth. They conjured a card that went to their graveyard, and it has unearth for 2 mana. That's how this works. Alright, so I'm just going to attack with everything here. These 0/4s are not really that scary. I can use either the Paratrooper or the Sprite. Okay, that's interesting. I'll just eat this thing. Okay, they need something amazing. Now, that said, if they do draw a 4th mountain, they can actually attack for quite a bit of damage here. Now they did, but then again, they can't really attack because they need blockers, and this is not lethal, it's 12, but... Well, it's actually 14 because they can haste up the Rager, but I mean, this is just a... They weren't gonna win here. Yeah, I don't like the Cliff Stomper in decks that are not, you know, mostly mountains. I would, you know, maybe run it in decks that have 13 plus mountains, because it's so miserable when it's an 0-4. On the play with a good starting hand. Oh, forgot I have the Titaness command in the deck as well. Alright, nice 2-3 action going on in a 2-4 actually. 2-3-4. Yes, I take that rather than make this into a 2-2. Because I want to get to 6 mana. Okay, that mechanic is quite good. You know, you could actually sentence that guy, but I don't need to do it quite yet. I'll just attack into it. I don't expect them to block, play my double striker, and then I still have the option to use the prison sentence. Because of course when you use the sentence, they can't even get the death trigger. Or a tracer of their own. So yeah, that is a reason to... Yeah, I'm gonna just do it like this. I'm gonna actually make this sentence to prison, so I can do it like this. I will trade with this thing. Yeah, it's possible to, you know, avoid the trades because you can add 2 counters to each of your guys, but I think it's safer this way. They actually are refusing the trade. That means I could maybe play a Holding Recluse instead, because it can block the Treasure. Sure, let's do it. I can prison sentence this guy later. I can take the 3 here. I'm not going to block the mechanic with the Recluse. So there's Mindstone's animation. Okay, well, new plan. I am going to block the mechanic. Oh, they refused the attack, but I'm gonna... Now normally throwing away the Prowler to you know, save 8 life points makes sense, but then again this actually is threatening to be a 3-3 in a couple of turns. I guess it's better to play it safe. I have only 1 plane, so I can't double spell sadly my white spells at all here. Let's attack for 2. No, I can't attack for 2 because obviously it will eat it. Because I'm gonna sentence this guy, of course. So yeah. First, let's use the Evolving Wilds because I'm gonna scry, so I'd rather not shuffle after the scry. I need a land. No, I don't actually. I have a forest in my hand, so I do have access to 6 mana. Well, then again, I take the Sorcerer because it already is, you know, going to work in terms of the card draw. Let's see if they can deal with the aura I have here. Well, that's another very good card, but also I have a very good card coming up. I wonder if... Yeah, I'm gonna play other stuff here. I'm gonna just attack with this guy now because I will have more blockers. So I'm gonna play the Chaplain. I could play the Corsair, but I think I'd prefer to play 2 guys because of the Titaness command here. So I can't take any of them. I'm just gonna have a 2-2 flyer, which is fine. I didn't really need a planes, and that was a fine turn, given that the command might be coming up anytime. And this is gonna be a 3 power unblockable. Okay. I do want to play the Corsair before the command. That's a bit greedy maybe, but I am at 14. I can take the 7 here, I believe. Although now is the turn when they are tapped out, so if I give all these guys +2/+2/+2, that's gonna be pretty crazy. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. That is what I'm gonna do. So they make the tokens and get the counters and attack with everything. That's 3/3 double striker here, which they're gonna jump block, trade with the Power Stone Engineer, and taking 4 in the air. Do they want to jump with the cohort? And that Unearth doesn't matter too much because I have 2 4/4s to block with. Yeah, this was definitely the play because this is actually threatening to just beat, win the game by itself, because that's what this card does. I'm gonna go to 9 life if they are in a position to attack with it. Now, of course, this is a massive board they have to deal with. Alright, so they did not block with the mechanic at all. Okay, so they can kill my Chaplain with that, but it's still, I mean, that's way too many creatures that I have here. They have 2 blockers currently. I don't think they can attack with the Prodigy, and that's gonna be great for me, of course. Because, I mean, any two of these guys will be lethal, so they must have more removal, more blockers to survive. And definitely attacking with this and using 3 mana for it is out of the question. That's not gonna... They can't really afford to do that. Yeah, this is a pretty sick bomb rare. I had in my previous recorded draft that too, yeah, so I guess there's a double amount of Titania's command action now. So 4/3, 3/4, 1/1. I have no reason to hold backs here, so yeah, let's just attack here. They get their 1/1 with that thing that has to actually trade, so the Prodigy won't be an issue anymore. And they still take 4 damage here, and they have only a 1/1 left while I have these guys. And now I add. I should play the land because they might have the counter spell that taxes for 4, and I can't pay 4 to that counter spell. Okay, with 7 creatures in my graveyard, if this gets to attack, I get to draw a card. But of course, problem for the opponent is that each of my creatures are lethal. They have only a 1/1 to block with. And now another one, but they couldn't use 7 mana on it, I suppose, because they need to play more things. This as a 3/3 would actually trade. Now it only will jump block. But yeah. That is the power of Titania's command. Okay. I almost forgot to resume the recording, so you already see the starting hand here. Yeah, I'm against the Mythic 780. Well, the hand is decent. 2-drop. Yeah, I have all the mana I need here now. Oh, why didn't I play the Evolving Wilds? That's a good question. I have no answer for that. Because I should have just gotten me a plains, because I have enough forests. Oh well. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to trade here. It is a card that can really grow to be a large creature, and I have an Audacity target in the sprite, so I suppose I'm not gonna block here, and I'm gonna play the Audacity on the next turn, unless there's something I have to... Okay, well, I might have to prison sentence something. Okay, well, let's see if they're gonna block. They might block, and then I can use the supply drop instead. And now that they don't block, I'm gonna just prison sentence this guy. We can't even use activated abilities. Alright, well, as long as I don't use the Evolving Wilds on the next turn, I can just keep these both. I'll have a 1 golem in my hand, so I'm not gonna play 2 golems in the same turn, so let's take the patrol in case I want to. I mean, I might actually just want to play the patrol and the Audacity on the sprite, for instance. Refractor. Infantry. Okay. So I am going to... with supply drop I can make my sprite survive, and that they take a bunch of damage as well, so this is good. I assume they are gonna block, but if they are not gonna block, I'll just play the patrol post-combat. No big deal. You could let this trade happen actually, you know, I get to draw a card and all that, but I do prefer to have the Sprite around. As a 4-2 trampler here, it's quite easy, quite good for the racing situation. I just hope they don't have a lot of stealing cards. Okay, they have Bolt. Now, oh, no, but Auto City draws your card when the aura itself goes to graveyard, so it doesn't matter whether the creature gets bounced or exiled. You get the card as long as this aura goes to graveyard. So that was fine. They have an emergency weld for that 3-1. I go to 13. I have a fairly healthy amount of life here, and look at that. That's my win the game card right there. Mana efficiency says I should play the golem right now. Get another planes here. They don't actually have a good block here. Now what they do have, I'm sorry, good attack I mean. But of course they have a 3-1 which they can play, and then I don't have a good attack until after. Okay, more of these 3-1s. Until after I of course get my Titania's command going on. Alright, so I can double spell now, but maybe I just play this as a 5-5. It might be a bit redundant because I just want to resolve the command as soon as I draw the 6th land. So I could do the patrol and the amalgam as a 2-3 now. But then again, they have only one card I don't know about. Yeah, let's play this as a 5-5. I mean, unless it's specifically a removal spell. Yeah, because now they can't actually attack with the cohort because I can block it with the 5-5. If this was a 2-3, I wouldn't have a good block on the cohort. Infantry, please, no Power Stone Fractures. Yep, that's good. Alright, well this is actually fantastic because I can play this and then the Paratrooper and hopefully just draw the 6th land and then win the game. Yeah, no reason to attack because of course I don't wanna. They can easily just put a 3-1 and a couple of 1-1s on front of it. It will be a 7-7 very soon, so let's go. There is no land yet, but more life. I guess I could make a 15-15, but you know, with the Audacity it would be very cool. But now they can just jump block. I guess I can attack with the Paratrooper. I mean, just play the life gainer here. Okay, no more life gain from me, so let's just draw the land. Okay, we didn't draw the land. Yeah, there's no point attacking in the ground of Rash as long as my guys haven't gotten the, you know, the counters from the Titania's command. I have a couple of options here. I'm gonna play the officer regardless because whatever I do, I can do that. So now I can play the golem, activate the officer, or just try to find land with this activation of the supply drop. And I actually think I want to use the supply drop. So, and I can use it. I mean, if I draw a land, I don't mind. You know, I don't have to play the land on this specific turn. So I don't think I have any 1-drops after this. Plus, it doesn't even matter because I mean, if I drew a 1-drop, then that means I don't draw the 7th land. So there was no way I'm gonna have a 1-drop and a 6 mana available after that on the next turn, despite me drawing an extra card here. The opponent might be wondering a little bit why I haven't attacked with these guys, because without the command, of course, I would have attacked with these guys, thanks to the Paratrooper activation. But of course, it's just no point now, because I can just wait until all my guys are gonna be a lot larger. I am at 19, so it's not too concerning here. Now, if they have like some kind of a steal and sack, then again, yeah, well, you know, sibling rivalry, Power Stone Fracture is a possibility, but they can take my 5-5 or something. I'm not dead to any kind of an attack now. And they're not gonna have easily. Yeah, this activation is 5 mana, but with the refractor, it's actually 7 mana to sacrifice this to get the golem. So sibling rivalry being a 4 mana spell, they would need a total of 11 mana to steal this and get the token. Okay, so they are deep in the tank now. They might make... Well, I guess they don't really have good attacks because my board is pretty good. Now they're gonna have some tricks like the +2/+0 first track trample. So if I block a 3 power creature with the amalgam, that's gonna happen. Okay, their final timeout. Now they have to make a decision in 30 seconds. I wonder if they're calculating, like, if they have a lead. Okay, well, they chose... I have to sack the 5/5, and then they get +2/+2 count, 2 +1/+1 counters on some of their creatures. Well, I mean, not much I can do about that. Amalgam is a sorcery activation only, and I mean, even if I was able to activate it, I would have to sack the token anyway, plus, you know, I don't even have the 5 mana. Well, Gix's Command is definitely a very, very sick card, but it's actually a kind of card that doesn't win the game for the opponent now, and I have a very good follow-up with my own command. So, let's see if they're gonna attack with the Cinnamon. Yes, they are. I'm gonna just draw the card first. I wanna know if I can cast the Titanus Command. Yes, I will be able to do that. So, this is now 12 damage. I'm not gonna take 12 damage here. I am going to block here a thing here. I suppose it's going to be... Oh, unless I have a lethal. No, I don't. They have too many 1/1s here. So am I going to take 9 here? I think I have to take 9. Yeah, this is fine. Although they're... No, I shouldn't actually block the infantry. The cohort is better to block because they don't immediately get the 1/1. They have to unearth it. This just dies into a 1/1. So yeah, let's do it like this. Take 9 and hope that... my Titanus Command will be good enough here. I mean, it's very good. They have to block with most of their guys just to not die. Well, I do have the life gain option. It's only 4 life if I exile their graveyard, 5 if I exile my own. I don't need it. I'd rather take 2 creatures and the counters. That's the good stuff. So, I have 2 4/4s to block with anyway. As long as I don't have a sibling rivalry. Yeah, I'm gonna attack like this at least. I'm gonna leave 1 of these golems to block the Cinnamon. I can do it like this. I don't have to win on this turn because of course my board position is superior now. This at least forces 1 jump block out of them because they are taking now 11. But of course they do have a lot of jump blockers here, so not too worried. But yeah, it depends on what's... They also have the hasty 3/1, 3 power creature here coming up, but I am at 10. I can block the Cinnamon, go to 9 from the trample, and then I can block 3 power creature, 3 power creature. I will take some damage if they go with an all-in attack, but of course, if they go for an all-in attack, my counter attack will be lethal, so they can only make an all-in attack if that actually wins the game for them. And that requires a sibling rivalry. I think with the sibling rivalry, they will be able to deal enough damage. They take the 5/5, of course. I take 6 trample. Yeah, I can't beat the sibling rivalry, but there was not... I mean, I wasn't gonna just not attack at all, because they might have that 1 card. Because if I left every creature back, yeah, I don't think sibling rivalry would have been enough in that case, but this is now also giving me the win on the next turn. Okay, Hero of the Dunes. They don't even have anything to return. Oh, that's funny. Alright, so I will take 2 trample damage here. This is gonna eat this guy, and let's see. The question is, am I going to either block a 2/1 and take 6? Oh, I would take 8 here. There's only 1 card in their hand. I don't know what it is. So the trampler will trample over for 2. If I block a 2/1, but I mean, they don't have... They will have a blocker if this dies, so they will have 2 blockers. But my paratrooper is lethal anyway. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I just absorb the most damage I can, because I don't need the 4/4 here. I have a lethal attack here regardless. So I didn't want to risk losing to something like +2/+0 first strike and trample trick. I believe that actually might have won them the game. So let's see if I block the 2/1 here. Yeah, actually that's true. Yeah, if I block one of the 2/1s, I take 4+2/+2 from the trample. That's 8 total. They only need the +2/+0 there. Well, anyway, that was it. Alright, that's a very nice hand. I believe I'm not going to offer a trade. Yeah, I will just play the Prowler now. I can block with the Prowler on the 3/1 here. Well, I still can, but I actually would have preferred to land here. Sure. I haven't really drawn the Tonos Endurance yet to see it in action. Well, I'm not gonna attack. This is quite good if you have the mana to use it. I mean, if I flood out, then I need it. Let's block here. Syndemore. Well, I can block that with the Recluse, but let's play a double striker for now. I'm not gonna wait until I get to 7 mana. I'd rather just play it right now. And I will take the 4, play the Recluse. Hopefully it will win the fight. They had no play for now. Okay, next turn I can play a 2-drop and a 3-drop. That's good. Curving out there. Do they have a kill spell on the Recluse? Do they have a first strike trick? A Gaia's Gift? Something like that? Nope. Something goes away from graveyards, but doesn't actually matter now. Do I want to redraw something? I don't think I have ways to... Then again, I want creatures to be in my graveyard because of the 5-drop I have. Then again, I will have 3 anyway. I don't have any means of returning the Amalgam. I have an Evolving Wilds in the deck, so I might shuffle the deck and this can be then redrawn. Yeah, okay, let's do it, because I still have 3 creatures in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, so if I draw exactly this guy, if I knew about that, I would have definitely moved something they have away. Alright, well, guess I'm just gonna play the flyer then. Two flyer or an extra land. Now the extra land will be good because of the sprite, so let's take it. Avenger. Okay then. So they can make it into a 4/4 flyer if they want to. I can't attack with the Courser yet, because even if I make this into a... Okay, they actually choose to not attack at all. Well, I mean, I can't attack with the Chaplain because they're gonna give this guy flying. So I suppose I'm just going to... Actually, the Courser is not good at attacking now because the Avenger can just eat it. Well, that means I'm going to maybe use the Sprite here. I'm gonna use the Sprite here because then I can threaten it to be a 6/6 on the next turn. It's a little bit risky because if they remove it, I use a lot of mana. I could have added to the board instead. But we'll see. Okay, now they go for an attack of some kind. They can give it flying and vigilance, deal 3 in the air. They chose not to give it vigilance. Alright, so they have use for their mana in that case. Okay, they must have a trick of some kind there. Not just an unleash, sure. Well, that's not good then. Can you get something with the officer? I haven't shuffled my deck yet, so this is here. mean, I could attack with the 1/1, but then again, I'm gonna take another 4. I could attack with everything here. They eat the amulet. I mean, the amulet isn't even that great because it has unearth. I can play both my guys though, so maybe it's better to do the all-out attack on the next turn. Yeah. Okay. Let's attack for 1 in the air now, and then I can leave this to jump block. Okay, that's gonna give them a 7/7 ground guy. But then they can't use the Avenger, but I guess they don't need to use the Avenger now. Oh, they took a 6/6 and still choose to fly. Okay, that's totally reasonable. And I need to, of course, draw like Titania's command. Oh, that's gonna be great. So I actually want to use this on the Avenger, but this can... I mean, this won't deal 5 if I... Well, first of all, do I have a lethal? Because they block my biggest guy, they take 7, 8. No, they take 12. That's not lethal. This is 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 9. I at present have 16, but they can block one of my big guys. Alright, so I suppose I need some blockers, of course, here. So let's do this here, and let's... Yeah, I do think I wanna attack with the guy's Courser, and yeah, I'm gonna make this. I mean, it would have been maybe reasonable to also choose the Avenger there, but oh, I'm not gonna need these lands. I don't need to shuffle the deck that bad. Alright, so I'm going to attack with this to draw a card. This I want to leave as a blocker, and then this too, because if this gets killed in the combat, I get 2 life, which will be good. And then I can choose to also attack with a perimeter patrol. I leave the rest of the folks to block. Okay, Wormlet is not gonna have death touch. Okay, they just eat that, which is very good for me actually. I do have one drop here in the deck. I kind of forgot that I have something else than the recruitment officer. So this is a hasty attacker on the next turn. I can use this activated ability right now. Although I know there's no 1 mana spell now other than this, so I don't need to show them what I'm gonna get or if I'm gonna get anything. I could unearth this now to gain another 2 life, but I don't think I need it. I don't need it. Okay, they had only a land, so they can make another big token, which is gonna be 7/7. But now the problem for them is not that. The problem for them is that I have too many attackers here, given that I have also the 4/4 haster here. So I think they are gonna lose. They can't even attack now. Alright, Sprite is fine. Not that it's gonna matter really. Oh, that is... So if I don't... Well, I think it's gonna be lethal anyway, so 1, 2, 3 blockers. And they block the 4 and 4 and 4, and that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's exactly enough. It's because this is gonna get a counter, but so they're gonna block the 4-power patrol. This will get the trigger from this 4-power thing here, and the 4-power amulet. And then I deal 2, 4, 6, exactly 7. Alright. The other alternative is to, not do the unearth, but I didn't really need to even consider it because I already know that I have a 100% lethal here, so why even go through the calculations there? Yep, that is exactly 7. didn't need a Titanium's command this time. So the deck is capable of winning without the crazy good bomb rare. Okay, what's my rank? Diamond tier 3. Okay, hand is gonna be good because this is turning into a forest and I have a good curve out here. There's the amalgam. I wonder if I ever gonna have time to make it into to make the 15-15 token. Hopefully that's gonna happen. Alright, refractor. Should I play the... I actually don't know yet if I want to have a land or not, so I'm gonna play this thing first, and then maybe based on the next draw I know if I care about the extra land. Okay, that is an artifact which cannot be blocked. I cannot block the sprite, so I'd rather use this as a fight spell, so I'm gonna Prowler here, but if I draw... Yeah, okay, let's see. If it's a forest, I might do the Audacity. Okay, let's see. Well, there's no land, so I don't have to worry about that. Now, but the good thing is now I have 3 creatures in my graveyard, and that works for the guy's cursor, so I might actually fetch a land with this thing if I don't draw one on the next draw step. Okay, animation on that. Annoying, but what can you do? Suddenly blue mana from there. Okay, so now the bushwhack is really good because I can just get rid of the 4/4, but if I do not... Actually, no. Things are fine. Sadly, I have only one forest, so I can't double spell. That's really annoying, but point is that I'm gonna actually make the Branchwood Prowler into a 4/2, and I can block the refractor, and then of course this goes away and I get to draw a card. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. They have 2 Mistras Foundries right now. No attacks. Okay, the 5th land is there. So they can block this with the 3/4. So that's not a good idea to attack with it. Yeah, let's do this. Maybe I can draw a card. I guess I could have attacked with the Prowler. I mean, because I have the 4/5 to block the 4/4, but then again, if they have a removal spell, maybe it's fine. Oh, that's gonna be super dangerous. Okay, I'm gonna lose this game now, because they're gonna now get the mud down, so the creatures have trample, but more importantly, when they have artifacts, non-token artifacts entering the battlefield, these guys they have on the battlefield will get the perpetual buffs, so they had a Mask of the Jade Crafter, they're gonna unearth this thing. Yeah, this is gonna be too crazy. I mean, this actually just is gonna be, I mean, I can try to make this into 15-15, it's just not gonna help. I mean, even when they unearth this mask at some point, they get more pumps for this. Yeah, they have too many creatures that benefit for now from the +1/+1s. So, there's no way even the 15-15 is gonna help me. It's not. Do they have more artifacts? I don't know, but okay, they just take the 5/5 token and then they leave 2 mana up to use them. If they tapped this thing, they would have gotten more mana to make a bigger token, but I don't think it matters really. You know, the size of the token is gonna be huge regardless with all these triggers from the Legion of Clay. It's only a matter of time when they can start attacking. Problem is that 15-15 is gonna be too small here. This is gonna be like a 6/6, 5/6. They can just like triple block so that I can kill maybe 2 of their guys. and then still all the remaining stuff will be huge. And I can't really do anything with the guy's cursor, for instance. Yeah, this is game over. Okay, I got the double green which I needed for that thing, so I suppose I'm gonna activate it, but this is just this is too small amount of they might even have a bounce spell on it. But 15, yeah, well, let's try it. I mean, if they triple block it now, I can actually kill 3 of their guys, but if they bounce it, which they did, I can concede now. There's no way I'm gonna win this game. Alright. I do like I have the combination of Bold Branch Golem and the Tonos Endures here, but I need several things to go right here. But I guess I'm keeping it regardless. I have 2 of those 2-drops that get me a land. Okay, white cards, those I don't need currently. Okay, that is another white card. Now this is classic. I mean, if I knew I'm gonna draw 2 white cards to this kind of starting hand without drawing the planes, I wouldn't have kept it, but that was just unlucky because I also don't have that many white cards in the deck. I have more green than white in the deck, so double white card there is really annoying. But I know that if I draw a planes right now, things will be fine. Well. They will curve out while I am struggling here. Okay, now not anymore. This is great. So, I can just play the engineer. I know I could use the Audacity, but I'm not sure if I want to trade with the opportunist. I might want to make this into a 6/6 in future. So, although if they block, I draw a card, giving me more shots to get lands. Maybe that was a mistake. But this is such a good blocker on the 3/2 that I'm just kind of feel like it's not. Oh, what? I don't want to see another Legion of Clay here. And they have an artifact right away. I guess there's only one creature that benefits from it, but this is insane. Well, I mean, guess I'm gonna do this now. They get to kill both, but I have at least a Power Stone coming up, or they even have a Disfigure there. Well, that's... I guess it was a 2 for 2 regardless. I mean 1 for 2 regardless. But I can count this as an actual spell. Alright, so I can play the Golem here. And then I can play the Recruitment Officer. I know I could use the Tonos Endures here, but I'm not sure if I'm really wanting to do that right now. I can do it later on. Let's play the Officer. But yeah, it is very good with the prototypes, because this will be a 6/5 when it comes back. Actually, it will be 7/5. 7/6. Alright, so well, I mean, did they have to have another artifact there? But I guess they did. Now, I could double block. Okay, I'm gonna double block. Although, next turn I can play another... not sure if I want to do that. I mean, I guess I can take. The problem is that each of their creatures will keep growing when they get more artifacts, but maybe they don't draw more of those. Don't really know. I can use the Audacity as well on the Recruitment Officer to trade. Okay, let's not block for now. Let's see what I draw here. Sprite. Let's do the Audacity in here, and I'm going to... Now, these guys have Trample, that's super annoying as well. I want to use the Tonos Endures on the Boulder Branch Golem now. So I'm gonna do just this. But the problem is that because they have Trample, I can block and use the Tonos Endures, but you know, that doesn't do much because the Trample will... Oh, come on, they just... I mean, they didn't even use the Chromatic Star. They just drew an amazing artifact there. Alright. What can you do? I mean, it had to be a simulacrum even. I mean, nothing, I mean, could have been something that's not as good. Yeah, well. Well. Not much to do here. Block here. And yeah, there's no point blocking and using the Tonos Endures because they're still gonna be able to trouble over all the damage. So I'm gonna draw a card from the Audacity and then I will take action right away. There's no other way. I'm at 6, so next turn, this 10. Now I have to play this like this so that I can double block the golem here. It's gonna kill both of my guys. Nah, it's just, you know, Legion of Clay. Too much. That's too much to handle. 2 games in a row losing to that one card. I mean, I guess I can do it like this now that they attack, you know, that way, but I mean, this is actually good for me. They will have, of course, the... Ah, okay. It's not good for me anymore. They just had more big stuff going on. So, I can play and activate it, but I'm dying when they unearth this guy. Yup. Okay, so I went 4-0, and then I lost 2. Let's see if I can win any more games in this event. At least the starting hand is good. I hope there's not gonna be a Legion of Clay from this opponent as well. They also do mulligan, so maybe this is fine. So I need double green for this thing, which means that, okay, especially now I'm going to get the forest with these evolving wilds. So I can consider playing these on turn 2. Let's see. Okay, it's a 2-3, and I can even use the... definitely play this. I can use the Tonas Endures on it, but I'm not sure if it's needed now. Patrol on turn 3. Okay, that's just dies. Shame I didn't have mana to keep up. But thanks to them mulliganing, they are only down to 4 cards in hand now. Next turn is most likely going to be a golem. What do they mill? Swamp, plains, swamp. Do they want to have the land or have a 2-2 flyer? They prefer to have a 2-2 flyer instead. Okay, well, I'm gonna play this just so this is a 4-3 so they can't double block it efficiently. So it's fine like this, and next turn Amulet. Paratrooper will be good, of course, at some point. Yeah, I don't mind. This is going well so far. Let's see if they can put something really threatening. Well, that is not exactly that threatening, so all is fine. Oh, I can even kill that thing, but not on this turn. I can still attack with the patrol. It will trade with the butcher, but it's fine. I mean, they can double block. I guess I can also attack with the golem. They can double block with the golem, but that means they lose still the Traxodemon, and I don't mind that. Although the golem is very good with the Tonos Endures. Okay, fine. I let them trade with the patrol. And I think I will get... Although getting rid of the sacrifice thing is not bad either. Okay, because I'm going to use the bushwhack to kill the something there anyway. I'd rather get them, you know, lose the thing that they can use in response to draw a card. Yeah, I guess I could have attacked with the golem after all. Dealt 3 more damage that way, but... Oh well, that wasn't optimal. Then again, I do like the idea of using the Tonos Endures on it. Alright, bushwhack. They are having an empty hand. So... I'm going to actually make these guys fight. I'm gonna attack for 4, and then I can play the engineer and then the paratrooper on their end step and have a pretty good attack because I do have the 5 mana for the paratrooper activation. Yeah, I don't care about the life loss. I'm the one who is applying pressure here, so a few life points lost won't matter. Okay, they have no... Okay, that means that they are gonna be in big trouble now. Because they have only 3 power there, and they can't... Yeah, I can even attack with everything here, because the only thing they can actually even kill is the Power Stone Engineer, and I don't mind trading with the Chaplain. So this will be 9 damage after I pump. I even have my saving card here if they use some kind of removal on my guys. But even a 1-for-1 removal won't matter because of course I still have a superior board state here. So that was opponent just mulliganing to 6 and really not having much to show for. So I was able to actually win a game so that I didn't get 3 losses back to back. On the play, it's not a great hand, but it's keepable. I can get maybe an extra land with the bushwhack if I otherwise don't draw, but I can play a creature on turn 4 where I'm on the play, and of course I can just draw a cheaper thing to do. Next turn I will bushwhack if I don't draw land. Wellspring. Okay, well there's a land, so I don't have a reason to, at least yet, use the bushwhack. I might want to have the 5-drop at some point, but I have many turns to draw it. That's how it works, alright. Let's just play the Recluse. There's a chance I can play this as a 7-drop if I just keep drawing lands now. Alright, that can be an amazingly dangerous thing. Oh boy. It is 7 mana to equip, but they already have 5. Kill that. That actually gets exiled, alright. Well, with not drawing a land, I don't know, because I do want to bushwhack that tower worker away. Problem is, I mean, it's not even that great. Maybe I have to just accept that they're gonna have the Black Blade Reforged, and I need to just find some kind of a way to deal with it. I'm not gonna play the Golem now, because I played the 1-drop and 2-drop. If I, for example, draw land on the next turn, I can maybe just wait until I'm at 7 mana to play the Golem. Okay. Wonder what they might have, but I'm gonna attack and use the supply drop. It's a decent thing to use here, because I can still play the Power Stone Engineer, and if they have some trick, I can still draw a card from the supply drop at some point. They can exile that thing. So, well, I guess they don't have a blocker for the sprite yet. Are they gonna just equip the tower worker? It will be tapped, but it will be also huge. Alright, well there's the 6th land. I'm gonna just play this thing, of course. I will take one, I could jump block with the Power Stone Engineer, but I'm gonna take one attack from it before jumping, so I can maximize the amount of damage I'm able to deal here. And they aren't even going to actually attack, and this thing can't be blocked by the team tower worker, so that's really cool. I wonder if I should even play the Golem. I guess I'm gonna play the Golem still, because if I pump this guy and they have a response, that would be annoying. Okay, what are they holding? There was so many cards. Oh, alright, well, scratch that. I have lost the game. Unless I draw a prison sentence right now. What? This is lethal. I wasn't even able to finish the sentence. Sometimes you just draw the one out in your deck. But I called it. I called the card. I just, I saw it while I was talking about what I meant. I started to talk about that I need to draw specifically the pacifism. I don't know if my deck had some other outs, but at least I remember I do have this out. And this was exactly 12 damage. That's the beauty of it. Exactly the amount of damage I needed there. Wow. Hey, Titanus command makes a showing. I'm gonna keep this because as long as I draw any land, I can play the treasure. And then, I can make it into a 3-1 double striker with the Audacity. And of course, if I manage to get to 6 lands at some point, I will be able to have a very strong play here available, usually winning the game, but not necessarily always. Alright, they disfigure that thing. Come on, land. Land, please. Yes, perfect. This is perfect. There's the savior from the previous game. Alright, so, let's do it. Unless they have... I think if they had a disfigure, they would have used it while I'm tapped out. So let's go for it. Please don't have a response to this thing. Oh, they might have something. Alright, so now it doesn't matter, because when this Audacity goes to graveyard, I get to draw a card. It doesn't matter what kind of removal they are having. They could have their own pacifism, of course, but well, at least they take 6 now. And I can play this guy. Okay, just to liberate. Now that is, an actual very good card, but I still am pressuring them quite a bit. Okay, they had a prison sentence. Well, I let them have it because I drew it my own prison sentence in the previous game in such a ridiculous spot. 1 to top, 1 to bottom. Okay, so I can't attack. Oh no, yes I can. I have a supply drop. Yeah, absolutely. Please block. Then I can play the chaplain because I don't think they're gonna... Oh, they are gonna go for it. Well, this is beautiful. They both are dying unless they have a 1 mana trick. Wow. Well, maybe they have. We'll see. They both die and my creature doesn't. Oh, yeah, this is... Yeah, okay, that was it. What a turn. What a turn. Supply drop. Thank you. Alright, I get that thing back, so yeah, there's that, but I'm still very happy. And now I can... Might be time to actually prison sentence this guy. Although I could just play the golem here. Yeah, let's play the golem. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna attack, because there's no point not attacking. Maybe they don't block this time. Yeah, that's 2 free damage. I should have enough time to get 6 lands, because this can also find me a plains, for instance. Alright, so now the problem is that they can have a colorless, well, basically artifact spells with flash, and that would be horrible, but if they don't have anything... and this doesn't shut down the, the ability for them to cast spells, but I suppose it will shut down this from being able to block. Let's see. They do have priority because of this activation. I'm just gonna go for it. They can activate the statue, which means that they can double block my amalgam. I will trade with the statue, but I'm actually not... I don't mind trading with them. Okay, they can do that too. So, unless they have an artifact they can cast with... Yeah, they can have mana for that. I'm gonna trade with the Battle Thopter. Well, let's try it. Hopefully it works. Okay, it works. So now this is great. And now I can play them. I suppose the Recluse. This cannot get me a plains though. Oh, it might get a plains. But the Recluse is an attacker. Okay, well let's still do this. I do want to get to 6 lands if possible. So if it's a plains, I'm gonna pick it no matter what. Okay, there's nothing to pick. 2 of them were lands, but I suppose I do have these label spells here. So I might even win this game before the Titanus come out. Okay, they have a lot of these kind of stuff. Alright, so now it's just a 1-2. They can't activate this, which would be a 2-2, so I can just attack for 4. And they... Wow. They don't care. I mean, I guess they have land in their hand. I was only able to attack for 4 here, but I mean, the reason for their concession is probably that they have a land in their hand, and they know that because I'm stuck at 4 lands, all my cards in the hand are gonna be spells. Maybe, you know, that card I drew this turn might be a land, but regardless, I have at least 3 spells. And my board here is really good, and this threatens to become a 6/6 token once I get my 5th land. So maybe they just concede it because they know they have to take 4 damage now, go to 6, and then I still have a lot of gas left here. Okay, so that was event where I went to 4 wins without losing, and then I lost 2 back-to-back games, and then I was managed to start winning again, and there were some tight games, including the top decked prison sentence, or what's the card that I needed to deal with the cityscape leveler. But yeah, another trophy here. And yeah, I'm not cherry picking these drafts. I know that my recorded alchemy drafts have been now very successful that I publish on the channel, but I have actually got also a bunch of 7-win results that I did not record. But of course I have gotten less than 7 wins. I've played a lot of these drafts now, but it just happens to be that once again I started recording the draft and I went to 7 wins, so that happened, and you only have to believe me when I say that I'm not gonna cherry pick these stuff that I'm gonna publish on the channel. The deck actually didn't seem that amazing. Well, I mean, apart from Titanus Command, which single-handedly won me, I don't know, at least 3 games. I never got to, grow this wormlet to anything bigger than a 2/2. I actually quite rarely only drew this card, and the Tonos Endures was, I mean, not that great of a card, but I think in this deck with triple Boulder Branch Golem plus also, the Combat Treasure, it makes sense running it, but it's not that amazing of a card. But yeah, I mean, it's a mediocre looking deck, and I never got to actually activate this ability. The Amalgam Walls always dealt with somehow. I didn't get even a 6/6. Okay, no. I had the 15/15 once against the opponent that was already winning me by a mile with the green enchantment, and they even were having they had the bounce spell on my token, so that was just a train wreck in that regard too. So I didn't get to live the dream with this card. Anyhow, that's still all very fine because of the final result here. I think I will have one more of these premier drafts featuring the alchemy cards, and after that it's gonna be back to traditional drafts of Brothers War. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.